Well, Callum, good to see you without crutches this time. This time last year, we were talking, and you were getting over that injury. It was a fairly injury-free season last year. What about now?
Well, obviously it was a difficult start to the year, having had the sort of 4 or 5 months off. But now I've had a good pre-season. Well, it's obviously ongoing at the moment, but the first sort of month, the first block, we're at the second block, has gone well. And it's a case of just keeping injury-free, getting the best sort of condition possible, and then hit the ground running when it comes to the games.
Because the last few years has been very frustrating, isn't it?
It has. I mean, any injury is frustrating, but it is part and parcel of the sport. You have to react as positively as possible, and I feel as though I did that last year. I took the games that came, and from there, I just hope to stay injury-free as anyone would, and stake a claim for a place in the team at the start of the season.
A big year for you, a big year for Edinburgh.
Yeah, obviously the team did very well last year, and there was a lot of question marks as to how we would go with the sort of turmoil at the club at the start of the season. But now we've had a year to bed in, there's a bit of expectation among the group to actually kick on and do better this season. We don't really want to be perceived as a flash in the pan with one decent season, so it's a case of backing up last year's good work with another good year, and raising the standards at the club so that we can kick on and look for a top 3 place this year.
Great to see so many local people in the Edinburgh side and also in the Glasgow side as well. Of course, around us in Ireland and Wales, there's a lot of teams who are augmenting their teams with foreign players, but there's an awful lot of Scots in there.
I think it has to be the case. Obviously, we've only got 2 professional teams, so therefore you don't want to dilute your professional teams with too many overseas players. I think the balance is right with the guys we have got in. Obviously, you want to build your squad and have a sort of overseas influence with quality players coming in. I feel as though we've got that, and with regards to Glasgow as well, I feel as though that they've got the players to progress on, and it's just a case that we do want a decent season with the homegrown players that we've got.
From a personal perspective, you're just inches away from that full cap. Is this the year it's going to happen?
I hope so. I mean, obviously it has been 2 or 3 seasons now where I have been on the brink there, but I'm not looking past getting in the Edinburgh team, get the game time for Edinburgh, play well, and hopefully some doors will open.
A big feel-good factor, isn't there, in Scottish rugby at the moment, particularly after going out to Argentina. And of course you went out to Canada with the Scotland A side, did very well in the Churchill Cup.
Yeah, I think going on tours before, there'd be question marks on whether Scottish teams could actually perform and come away with results. Scotland didn't have the result in the first test, but they reacted well to it and came away with a second test win in Argentina, which is brilliant. And from a personal point of view, my experience over in Canada was there was a lot of there was a real atmosphere that it wasn't just an A tour. Because of the transferability of players from the A lot of guys progressed from the A caps to full caps last year. It's not an us and them sort of situation. Everyone seems to be in it together, and if you are playing well for the A's, as it showed last year with the likes of Ben Cairns and Graham Morrison in my position in the centre, the doors open for them. So it's a case that if there's competition for places there, and therefore it can only be a good thing among the 2 squads.